What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Play the Vinyl podcast. Um, Today, I don't have a specific set out plan, so we're just gonna kind of go with how things go, like we do every now and then. Um, what I was really thinking about, really just before I was recording, I was thinking about how out of touch I am with like the new talent in hip hop. I don't think I've ever been so satisfied with the artists that I have in rotation. I mean, like for a solid 3 years, I've been listening to not necessarily the same songs, but the same artists. Like I've had the staple of Earl Sweatshirt, JPEG Mafia, Playboy Cardi. Just and more artists, obviously MF Doom. And I feel like I'm just becoming like what the new and upcoming artists are making, like the XSL freshmen. Like I feel like it's just doesn't appeal to me anymore, and I don't know if it ever will. Because there's this weird phenomenon, like when you listen to music like I do, or when you listen to music like a lot of people do, um, and you listen to a lot of new music all the time, and it's really a passion, and especially when you review it. When you review it, it's a whole different ball game, and your taste evolves. Um, the same type of music doesn't satisfy you anymore. Um, I bet if I was 16 again and in high school, and I was not, and I listened to more music than most people did my age. At that time, and more experimental stuff. But still, like if I was 16 and this fucking Savage Mode dropped, like it would be all the rage. Everyone would be going crazy about it. Even I would be going crazy about it. I bet that's what the story would be. But the simplicity of certain things just doesn't appeal to me as much anymore, and it's so interesting. And I know there are some talented, people in the freshman class. I used to be a huge Jack Harlow fan, pre Drama, before he signed to DJ Drama. Um, he released some really good projects. Uh, Obviously, I think it's pretty known that the kid can rap, that he could rap. I don't know if that goes without doubt, but I think it's pretty obvious that his music quality kind of dropped off after Loose, in my opinion. Some people like Confetti. I personally am not a big fan of Confetti. There were some good songs off that project. I mean, there was Through the Night was a good song with Tiller. Mostly though because it's Bryson Tiller. There's what else? There was Sunday Night is a good song off of there. Um, yeah, but like it was a big miss, and obviously that happens in the music industry where, an artist gets signed to a big label, unless if you're fucking Kendrick Lamar somehow, and or really, you could consider Cole this too, but Cole, kind of has his own label, and I know Kendrick is up there in the TDE, in the corporate part of TDE as well, is just rapping. They lose their artistry, and you kind of have to, because the label will give you deadlines, and you're under pressure, and you're touring half the year. You got to record the other half. So I do understand that. But it's like, yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of talent in this class. I mean, you have Harlow, you have TJ, you have Polo. I don't listen to TJ or Polo because that music just doesn't appeal to me. But it's like, maybe if I was, 15, 16 years old again, I mean, I'm 20 now, but if I was 15, 16, and like, would those guys be like the Uzi and the Cardi and the Yachty of when I was that age? Because I mean, I was like a sophomore in high school when the SoundCloud rap was really like coming up, and that Summer 16 shit. Like I was 16 when Uzi was dropping. I discovered Lil Boat before a lot of people. And that, as much as Yachty is cheesy, I think a lot of people overlook some of the songs he does. Like he's dropped some hot fucking trash. I mean, that one album, Teenage Emotions, hot fucking trash. But he has dropped some good stuff. But anyway, so we had Uzi, 21 Savage was coming up. Drake was on a roll coming off 2015 and 2016, at the end of 2016, 2017 is really when he started to slow down, but you still had prime Drake really, and prime feature Drake was big. He was coming off of What a Time to Be Alive. He just dropped Views, and at the time people were going crazy about Views. Now no one really talks about it, but there were some hot singles off of there. He dropped Summer 16. I believe that's when the Meek Mill beef was going on, and he fucking dropped back to back. I'm wondering if this is the time for those people, for like those kids. Because personally, like, it's like I can't listen to fucking TJ or Polo. Like I can't. It's not that I hate them. It's just it's not my music, and I think that's because over the years, as I've listened to more shit, not that necessary. I mean, I do like experimental music, but it's not that I need music to be experimental to enjoy it. It's just that the bland genericness of trap has just like it doesn't do it for me anymore. I don't have a taste for it. There are certain trap artists that I can listen to. I can listen to Thug. I can listen to Future. Half because I've been listening to these guys for a while. Even though I had a phase where like I got disconnected with Young Thug, and now I love him, and I've always respected him as a trapper. I discovered him when he was like first blowing up, and then probably not. I'm not gonna say like I discovered Young Thug, but like in his early stages I discovered him, and then I kind of got distant from him. Probably moved more towards Future as like What a Time to Be Alive was dropping in DS2 and shit. But like, yeah, it's just like I can't listen to that shit, and trap has turned less like okay, think about the biggest trap songs of like around 2016, 2015, the early 2010s, let's say. I mean, you had Bobby Shmurda's his hit single. You had like when did I think Young M.A. came out like later than that, but obviously you had a bunch of Rocky fucking slappers. You had trap has changed into this like melodic, and obviously that's thanks to artists like Uzi. If you're really gonna go back, thanks to artists like Kanye and Thug. But it's turned from like Uzi and Cardi have like this melodic thing, but their songs don't rely off their melodies, and it's not like this weird attempt at being like R&B and soul, like blended with hip hop. But with these guys like I know Polo can like rap, but like when you have like guys like TJ and a lot of these artists like Rod Wave and all these artists that are blowing up, it's like their melodies are so generic, and that's what fucking hurts it, because like some of the lyrics that they say will actually like be good, and it's like, yeah, you could rap, but like why are you singing? Because you can't sing. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like the most generic music I've ever heard. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I've never been so distant with like the upcoming artists. It's weird. But again, like I said, like that has a lot to do with what I listen to and the artists I discovered as my music journey, like as I've gone along my music journey. And as like I developed my own taste. I mean, like if you read the intro on my blog and stuff, it's like I grew up around different types of music, and it took a while for me to like find artists who I stuck to. Kendrick was really the first. I mean, Eminem was like the first one, but everyone who goes through an Eminem phase has to move out of it, because otherwise you're just a psycho. Like you're gonna kill someone. It's such hardcore music, and listen, I don't slander M in terms of like where he lands on the MC list. I think he's one of the best of all time. Obviously, again, M has dropped some hot garbage as well, and I'm happy that I discovered him and was into him before he turned into hot garbage, because it's like, it would have ruined it for me, if I was like 15, or when I discovered M, like, I don't even know, like I was like 10 years old or something. Like I really don't know where like what school grades align with age. But let's say I was 10 when I discovered M. It's like if I was 10 and instead of listening to like, or let's say like 11, 12, and I was really discovering M. So like I heard M, and then there's like discovering, going back to in all this discography. So let's say I was like 11, 12, and then I go to this discography, and then it's like, okay, now Kamikaze just came out, and I listened to that. Like, that's hot shit, and that would have ruined it for me. So like Kendrick was really the first that like I was into, and I'm still into today. A lot of, and then like another weird debate that I have with people, or I don't even debate with them. It's just like a lot of people hate J. Cole, or like they think he's boring or cheesy, and I understand a lot of people don't like slower rap music, and that's cool. But Cole, like, I'm from New York, and Cole was huge here. Like, you couldn't go to a basketball court without hearing J. Cole and stuff. And I wasn't into J. Cole because I heard like Workout and stuff, and I was like, this is not it. I mean, now listen, that song slaps, but like I didn't listen to the Sideline Story, so I let years go by until 2014 Forest Hills Drive dropped, and I heard fucking No Role Models, and I asked who is it, like, oh, it's J. Cole. So then I got into J. Cole, and he's another one that I stay pretty consistent with, and he stays in rotation. There's stuff I like from him, at least. I mean, Revenge of the Dreamers and KOD, like Revenge of the Dreamers is a fucking weird just compilation of songs, but like KOD obviously stays out of rotation. I liked it when it came out, but definitely doesn't hold replay value because it's just like, it's not surface level, but it's weird. But yeah, like Cole stays in rotation, and those are like the first two guys, and it's like as the years have gone by, because Pictures Like That was like 6 years ago. It's like I've developed a taste, and I've developed for the first time like artists that I keep in rotation consistently. I listen to like every day, that I haven't let go of, like Doom. It's such a fucking typical. I'm not gonna act like I'm different or anything, but it's a typical thing. Doom, Peggy, Earl. I sound like a meme. Doom, Peggy, Earl. I mean, not that I don't listen to everything. I do listen to everything, but like I have like times where I listen to my lit music, which will exclude Earl and Peggy's in it, but will exclude like Earl and Doom, and then I have times where I want to listen to like the more chill artists, and that's when these guys come in, or like in a car ride or whatever. But mainly it's like Playboi Carti for like trap stuff. I go for Playboi Carti. I go for Uzi. I go not new Uzi, old Uzi, because fucking Eternal Take was shit. Thugger, Future. Even though like a lot of Future, like I don't have a lot of Future songs like his singles, or especially his recent singles that I keep in rotation. It's mostly Playboi Carti. Like I feel like his delivery is just the best. Like I really think that's true. Him and Thug have the best trap delivery. Then Future after that. But it's like if you're gonna make mindless music, make it mindless, and that's what Carti kind of does. I mean, I understand that he like executes a certain way, whatever, baby voice, whatever the fuck people want to say. It's like it's mindless music. It's repetitive. But it sounds good. And from like the whole thing with these new artists, it's like, why are you making trap music? And you're making like these generic ass beats that fucking Jetson made, or like who's another one that like fucking Tay Keith are making, you're taking these generic ass beats, but then you're like trying to make it more than it is. It's like, leave it, let it be fucking mindless music. Stop trying to, tell a story over like a drill beat, dude. Leave it, be mindless. Stop trying to sing. That's what I don't get. Like, drop the auto tune. Stop trying to sing. Just trap it out. I mean, think of the best trap songs of all time. Like, it's not like fucking, I don't even know, like Mood Swings with like Lil TJ, or fucking like I don't even fucking know what these guys are making. I just know their sound. You get what I mean though. Like Mood Swings is a good example. It's like, why are you trying to make this like stupid TikTok shit, you know? When you could just rap. Like, I think, again, let me go back to what I was saying. Think of the biggest trap songs of all time. None of them are like that. Like, Mood Swings and whatever the fuck these guys are making isn't gonna be in like that list. Like, Thugger uses melodies, but it's like he's different, and he's not trying to be like an R&B soul singer or like, you know, whatever. His like he more so blends more reggae and even country like type of things in his voice, but it's not that he's trying to be a singer, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense. He's still a trapper. So like, think of like the best trap songs of all time. And again, I'm not gonna hit them all, but you have like March Madness, Hot Boy by Bobby Shmurda. You have Finito by Chief Keef. What's another one by Chief Keef? Love Sosa, obviously. This fucking cord is tangled. Okay. Love Sosa. You know, Wyclef Jean by Young Thug. You didn't. It's so much off of the Barter 6, obviously. And then like, you know, those are the songs that are gonna go down in trap music history. Not like these stupid generic melodic shits. Like, I mean, listen. Even take even some songs off of fucking Die Lit, and take Magnolia, and take You Was Right, P's and Q's. Like, these songs are also gonna go down in trap music history because they were that big, and they had impact on a whole fucking counterculture. And, you know, what's being made now is just not gonna do that. It's so stupid, in my opinion. It's so stupid. They're not successfully blending any of these genres that they're trying to blend. I don't know. I seriously just do not have a fucking taste for this shit. And it sucks because I want to be in touch and with the new and upcoming artists who are going to be big, because these are the guys who are supposed to like be huge. But I really just can't listen to it. Obviously there's some underground artists who I think are good. Like, I don't know who, again, like, that's another thing. Like, who's a fucking up and coming underground rapper? Like, I know Kenny Mason. He's like the only one that I really know of, you know? I used to know so many, I can name so many up and coming artists off the back of my hand like 5 years ago. But they're not. It's just not worth it. It's not. And I'm not trying to be like an old head, and I don't mean to take like an old head, you know, stance on this. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, as time goes by and you're listening to so much music, your taste changes, and it's to the point where like the same music, it's almost like a drug. It's like the same. You don't get the same high from that type of music. And I think I've gotten to that point in my musical journey that I like the generic stuff just doesn't do it for me anymore. There are some songs, I mean, I like Mr. Right Now. That's a pretty generic song. You know what? Actually, if I'm listening to generic, most of the time it's Drake. But, you know, I don't know. A lot of it just doesn't do it for me anymore. It's really weird. I mean, I loved Harlow when he first was fucking popping. I mean, I was front row at his concert and shit. It's like now it's just like, okay, what's popping is cool. Everything else off of Sweet Action was fucking, again, hot trash. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. You know, just gotta, I guess, keep listening to what I listen to. I mean, also now, well, even back then, though, like, back then I was listening to, on top of all that hip-hop shit, I was listening to the Beatles, Bob Dylan. Like, I was listening to what I listen to now. Now I listen to more fucking out-of-genre stuff, so maybe that's what drew me away from it. I mean, I listen to indie folk, I listen to indie rock, I listen to fucking regular folk music, I listen to classic rock, I listen to rock and roll. Like, I don't know if that did it, but I listen to blues, like, I don't know, but it's weird, and I wish it was the case where I saw an artist who I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be on this shit, but I haven't. I don't. I mean, even when X was blowing up, like, I was on that shit before he fucking like dropped question mark, and I think a little bit before he dropped 17. It's like there's no one right now that I'm like, that I'm watching. It's just weird. Yeah, it's a weird subject. It's weird. And it sucks because you never really want to be out of touch with the new things that are going on in hip hop, because even though hip hop is what, like 30 something years old genre, could be even 40 by now, I don't fucking know. You know, but even though it's still evolving because of the potential that electronic music allows it to have. And it sucks because it's like, imagine you weren't aware of like Uzi and 21 Savage. Like you would have been so disconnected with what hip hop really is, and Denzel Curry, like you just would have been disconnected with what the genre is. And I don't want to become disconnected with what the genre is right now. And listen, if that's what the genre is, if that's what it is, it's going to be fucking Lil TJs and Polo Gs and, really overly cheesy melodic songs. That's cool. I would rather it be fucking drill music, to be honest, because, I mean, rest in peace, Big Pop. But, like, I feel like that music has a new sound and has more substance, and I could do that. Like, I could listen to that shit for a couple years. Like, I could, have a drill take over for a year or two. That would be cool. Yeah, but it's like, if that is the state of hip hop, I'm not saying I'm not gonna accept it. I'm gonna accept it, and it's cool. But I don't like any of it. It's weird. I don't like any of these new wave artists. I like Harlow. I like Jack Harlow, but he's fucking gone so like mainstream after what's poppin'. Every feature he's done, every whatever, it's not the same. It's really not. I have full confidence that he could always bounce back in a project, not under fucking Drama's label though. It sucks because it's 4 years later and I'm still listening to Uzi and Cardi and those artists. And it's like, those were the big landmark artists, I mean, you can name all the 2016 freshmen. You can't that group of the successful ones, but you can't name the 2017, 2018, 2019. Like, those were the guys. And I feel like this year, like, these are the guys for the next generation of hip hop, but I have no fucking clue. Like, and none of them appeal to me. So I don't want the next 4 or 5 years, because think about it, 2016, 4 years. I don't want the next 4 years of hip hop to be fucking ruined, because although I listen to other stuff, that's still my favorite genre. It's still the genre that has had the most impact on me. I need like why I don't know, like, why can't I find another JPEG Mafia? Come on. Why can't someone else just be born with that natural fucking talent of being that good? It's painful. But anyway, that is really, I'll hold you guys. I'll talk about today. If you have an opinion on this, please hit me up, because I don't know if there is someone new that's underground and is really good. I want to know and I want to follow that. So I found Harlow and he ended up blowing up, and I fucking called that shit, but fell off hard before he started doing mainstream, but when he started doing mainstream stuff. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, all that generic YouTube bullshit. Check out the blog. I think the content on there is a lot more entertaining than me speaking. You can discover some really good music through it. And that's really it. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for listening, and peace out.